Virtually no one has noticed the missing in actionness of about 70 million Americans. These 70 million are an affinity group as real and as potent as the Lions, the Rotary, or Junior Achievement, or brides-to-be, or new parents. All of these people, none of which even, all of these groups, none of which even remotely approach 70 million people, have specific media devoted to them. But this particular segment of America, all 70 million of them, have never had a well-developed, well-written, well-laid out, well-financed, and well-marketed medium for their own consumption. Hi, Jeff. It's really interesting. The most sophisticated people I know have the slowest clocks, but I love it. Welcome. Discovering and marketing, going off speech. I usually have to go back to the beginning now, but I won't do that. Yes, thank you. The them is, of course, grandparents, right? The parents of your parents, or to be even more precise, probably you, either today or in the not-too-distant future. I think you all need to think about that for a second, because most people in our business, when you say the word grandparents, have this vision of Granny from the Beverly Hillbillies who has left her teeth somewhere in a pot of boiling water. Not quite. Discovering and marketing to the grandparents of America is, let me assure you, and has not been, brain surgery. This is basic arithmetic. Take the largest birth cohort in American history, the post-World War II baby boom, and extrapolate forward 61 years. Not, as I said, brain surgery. When this generation went to elementary school, systems around the country were overwhelmed and went on split session. I myself didn't have a full day of classes until 5th grade. It was 7:30 a.m. to noon. The same cohort took some new technology, the 45 RPM record and the transistor radio, and created by sheer demand in the marketplace, rock and roll. They made workman's overalls into a fashion statement called Levi's and shook the political system in 1968 with reverberations that are still being felt today. And now this same cohort is turning 61. Stopped dead in its tracks by Griswold v. Connecticut in 1965. I'm sure you all remember that decision, which enshrined the right of privacy into the Constitution and more effectively legalized birth control. Griswold versus Connecticut in 65, the post-war baby boom is emerging as the single most important cohort in America, and half of them are grandparents. Right, 35 million. The other half of the post-war baby boom grandparents are on their way. And Madison Avenue and the marketers of America haven't even noticed that they're missing. Oh, they made them into cartoons. Where's the beef? But mostly, they ignored them until today. You, ladies and gentlemen, are like Caleb and Joshua, the only two of the 12 spies sent into Canaan who reported back that there was a land of milk and honey. So that's what we're going to do this afternoon, give you, in effect, a slideshow of our trip to Canaan, that land of milk and honey. You will learn more about this very grand marketplace, its importance, its purchasing habits, et cetera, than you might have thought there was to know. And I guarantee you a series of very pleasant, very, very pleasant ahas. We were going to do some show business shtick to start the thing. I wonder why one ever would have supposed that I would have done show business shtick. We were going to have a game show. I don't know how I do this. This is probably why we are not doing this. But we were going to have a game show. Yowza, yowza. Kill that. Beep. So we were going to have a game show, and we were going to do some real good shtick with that. Sort of a cross between Groucho Marx, Johnny Carson, and Saturday Night Live, and we were going to try to amuse you into your ahas. And I'm not sure what, but something told me that that was probably overkill. And besides, the Copa wasn't available this afternoon. So instead, we have assembled a group of the smartest people in the business to explicate this story for you. You will hear about the size and the shape of the market. You will explore its nuances. And you will see how a life stage medium, like those of the marriage, baby, and retirement life stages, makes an awful lot of sense